Even if you're feeling broke right now, it doesn't define you. It's a journey, not a race.
I love that.
Yeah,
Hey everyone, welcome back. Ready to dive into something interesting?
always. Let's do it.
Okay, so today we're tackling this idea of getting rich as a broke, which, let's be honest, is something a lot of us think about.
It's definitely a popular topic.
Right. And we're basing this deep dive on this piece. It's actually called Getting Rich as a Broke. Kind of catchy. And what we're going to do is, pull out the parts that really give us actionable steps, mindset shifts, that sort of thing. Not about getting rich quick, more like.
It's more about the long game, right?
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, and one of the things this piece really emphasizes is, like, you got to start with honesty. Like, where are you actually at financially?
Yeah, it can be tough to face, right?
It can be. But the piece does a good job of saying, look, even if you're feeling broke right now, it doesn't define you. Tons of successful people have been there.
Oh, absolutely. Like it's almost a rite of passage. So many stories start with someone being broke and then.
Exactly. So it's a temporary state, not like your whole identity.
Yeah.
Think about it. Well, one thing that if you change your thinking about it
Mhm.
might change your whole financial picture.
Love that. And speaking of changing our thinking, one thing I got really into from this getting rich as a broke piece was how much it emphasized financial literacy.
Yeah. It even name dropped Rich Dad, Poor Dad, which classic.
Total classic. But what I liked was it wasn't saying you have to become like a Wall Street wizard overnight.
No, it breaks it down well. Like budgeting, they talk about the 50-30-20 rule. Have you heard of that one?
Yeah, 50% needs, 30% wants, 20% saving.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
that's a good starting point.
And you can always tweak it, right? Like if you're trying to pay down debt super fast, maybe you do 60-20-20.
Totally. It's about finding what works for you. And then, of course, they get into investing, which can seem intimidating, but
Yeah, but they bring up the Acorns app, which I thought was clever.
you can invest small amounts regularly, and it really adds up over time.
Exactly. You don't need a ton of money to get started with investing. Okay, but here's the part I really loved. Multiple income streams.
So, yeah, the side hustle.
Yes, but they frame it so well. Like, it's not just some extra grind. It's about using skills you already have to bring in more income.
Totally. Like, think about the gig economy, right? Freelancing, selling stuff online. If you're good at something, someone's probably willing to pay for it.
Seriously, even just teaching people what you know. Say you're, like, amazing at photography.
You could give lessons, sell prints.
Exactly. Be creative.
Right.
And every little bit helps, right?
Absolutely. Okay, now, let's talk about something that often gets overlooked. Networking.
So important. You never know what might come from just connecting with people.
Right. It doesn't even have to be formal networking events either. It could just be joining a local group or taking a class related to your interests.
Yes. Or even striking up a conversation with someone at, like, a coffee shop or something. You never know.
And while we're on the topic of connections, the source also talks about the importance of finding a mentor. Someone who's already doing what you want to do.
Totally. Having someone to guide you can be so valuable.
It's like having a shortcut. They've already made the mistakes, learned the lessons.
Okay, so think about it. Who do you admire, financially speaking? Maybe someone you know, maybe some big-time entrepreneur.
Reach out to them. Even if it's just for a quick coffee chat or to ask for a book recommendation, you'd be surprised what you can learn.
Great advice. Okay, so to wrap things up, it seems like financial literacy, diversifying income, and building strong connections are key to building wealth. Would you agree?
Absolutely. But here's the thing to remember. It's a journey, not a race.
I love that.
Yeah, so think about this. What's one small step you can take today, inspired by what we've talked about, to start moving in the right direction?
Such a good question to end on. Thanks so much for diving into this with me.
Anytime. This was fun.
Until next time, everyone.